Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I have guests on from Keep Troop Beautiful and LaGrange College. Stay tuned for those interviews in just a moment. Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have guests on Doris Jefferson, who is the Executive Director for Keep Troop Beautiful, along with a student from Callaway High School, Ashley Lee. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Well, Doris, it's always a pleasure to sit down with you, and I know that Keep Troop Beautiful is just all over the Troop County and inside the City of LaGrange and surrounding areas, making sure that we keep our city and county as beautiful as we really and truly want it and need it to be, so visitors come in and they can really go away and say, man, that's a clean area.
Thank you for that. we work really hard to try to accomplish that task, but sometimes it seems like we go up 2 steps and fall back 3.
That's right. But that's why it's a community-wide effort, isn't it?
Exactly, yes.
And you know, I think that's one of the reasons why we're here today, Doris, because we're talking about America's Recyclable Day. Mm-hmm. And we have some artwork that's displayed here that we're going to talk about here, and we have one of the producers of some of the artwork that we're going to get a chance to talk with here. But talk a little bit about America's Recycle Day and how did that get started?
Well, back in 1997, America Recycles Day was the first America Recycles Day, and it is the only recognized program in the United States strictly for recycling. We have, of course, the Great American Cleanup in April of every year, April and May, but this is the only day that we have to really focus on recycling and products that can be recycled and locations to take those, and we certainly do everything we can to promote recycling, as you well know, here in Troop County. However, we have a long way to go with that too, but we're making some progress, and so we do put an emphasis on America Recycles Day by going into the schools and talking with them, and we have programs that are available that we can do that, and by promoting it with America Recycles Day art contest, and that's what Ashley is here today, and some of the artwork that was presented last year for our America Recycles Day art contest.
Okay, well, very good. We want to talk to Ashley. As I stated, my viewing audience, I'm sure they can see we have a couple of pieces of art here that were utilized by recyclable items. First, I just want to welcome Ashley once again to the show. And Ashlly, you're a senior at Callaway High School, correct?
Yeah.
What is it like being a senior? What is it an exciting time for you?
No, it's hard time.
It's a hard time for you. Okay. I'm sure there's a lot of studying going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now you have a piece of art that we're going to talk about here. Just tell me, what are we looking at here, Ashley?
Like, it's inside of house.
Okay.
So look at these details of TVs and these sofas.
Okay, all right. So now, Ashley, what is the uniqueness about this? It's a recycled item, but talk about what is this item that your home is made out of? What is it?
It's like book. This cover is made by. Its cover is for roof. Okay. And look at this. Okay. It's like this is cover too. Okay. All right. But before it was a house, it was a book, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you utilize a book. Now, notice there's a lot of detailing in there, and as we were talking before we came here, you're a very detailed person, is that correct? Yeah.
Just, if you don't mind, point to those flowers that you have there. and what are they made from? Or they are from what? What are they made out of?
It's like paper of the book, yeah. Okay.
So everything there that you're seeing, that you have in the home, is used from the book itself, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. I mean, it is very, very detailed. As I'm looking there, I even noticed that you have a pillow rolled up on the bed, and you have a lamp right over the bed there, and everything. So is that very time-consuming to do something like that, Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Approximately how long you think it took you to do it?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay, mm-hmm. All right, very good, very good. So all of the things that the students can utilize have to be either carton, paper, aluminum. All of those are the things that they can use, Doris?
Yes, exactly. one of the main requirements that we have to enter our art contest each year is that it has to be made from a recycled, something that's already been used, and something that is recyclable.
Okay. Now Ashley's a senior over at Callaway. What are the I guess the levels of the categories?
We have categories, and the judging is done by members of the LaGrange Art Museum, and they are judged in the pre-K through 3rd grade, and then the 4th and 5th, and then middle, and high school. So we have 4 separate categories, and this year, of course, we will have 4 separate categories and 2 in an additional category. That is that prior to this, we've had just public schools in LaGrange, and this year we added private schools and the Homeschool Association. So we'll be having an extra category in the homeschool and private schools.
Okay, well, very good. And now, and I want to just talk a little bit about the one that we see here displayed, Darcy, if you don't mind. Talk a little bit about that one for us.
This is turkey.
How fitting here, isn't it?
It's very fitting for this time of the year with Thanksgiving coming up. And it's made from milk cartons, some just paper, some recycled paper, and aluminum cans. And this was made by, of course, Caitlin Peters, who is now 5th grader at Hollistan Elementary School. And she was a first place winner in her category. So it took her a good long time to do this, a lot of imagination, a lot of creativity. And that's what we're looking for, is for the children, the students, to bring out their creativity activities and just see what can be done from using recyclable products.
That's right. You know, when you brought this in, I saw the legs there, and then if the audience can see, these are actually just cutouts of cans that have been made into the fashion of a feather there.
Exactly.
Right? Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Now let me ask you, Ashley, last year was your first year, because you were 2nd place winner last year.
Yes.
Do you plan on entering again this year?
No, I gotta study for SAT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then, if there was any advice that you would like to give students that might be thinking about entering an item into the contest, what would that be?
It would be like just time to
just have the time to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I understand you say you're getting ready to study for the SAT, so that means that you're getting ready to perhaps go off to college? Where you think about going to college?
I want to go UGA.
UGA,
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I know that'll make a couple of people in the office very happy. What's your area of study, Ashley?
For education.
Education,
yeah.
Okay, very good. So again, and you were 2nd place winner there with the recycled book with all of the detailing there, and it's a very nice, I mean, you know, as I state, I have a great respect for artists and their imagination, and to be able to utilize a book there with all the detailing things that we see there is just, you know, fantastic. Even down to the little steps there. You got the steps going into the home there as well. Now, we're talking about that. Now, when will the contest take place, Doris, and how can students get involved with that?
The schools, if there are students in the schools, and they can contact their art teachers in the schools, and the contest will be on display at the Art Museum, the Center for Creative Learning, from November 17th through December 3rd. They will be bringing their artwork in on the 15th, I believe it is, and that is actually America Recycles Day. It's November 15th. Okay. And then, of course, that will give the judges a little bit of time to make their decisions. And we do have a team of 4 people, a very distinguished team of 4 people who will be doing the judging for this. And then it will be open to the public from November 17th through December 3rd. Now we will close it on the 3rd with a reception for all of the participants and the winners and their guests. So we really do encourage the community to come out and just see what our students are capable of doing, and it's very impressive, very impressive when you see all of this artwork in one location, and what they have done with all recyclable items.
Recyclable items. And that means the things that are not going into the landfills.
Exactly. These cans will never see the light of day of a landfill.
That's right. And we talked earlier, you know, we talked about, you know, we have the cans for cash that normally comes up in October. How, you know, we can continue to reuse those aluminum cans, you know, infinitely.
Over and over again.
That's right. So again, now let me talk about the entries from last year, and what do you anticipate this year, Doris?
Well, as I mentioned, we had 98 entries, I believe, last year, and that was from 5 schools.
Okay.
And so already we have 5 schools entered this year, along with the Homeschool Association.
Okay.
They were very anxious to get involved with this, and so we anticipate at least more than 98 entries this year. Each school can submit 25 entries.
Oh, okay.
So now last year some schools did not submit the full 25, but we still had 98 entries. So we're really hoping that there will be more this year, and looking forward to being able to recognize our students again. We will be issuing ribbons to the winners, and so you know, their pictures will be in the paper, and some of these we want to give them the recognition that they deserve.
Very good.
So it's an exciting time for us. And it's an exciting time for the kids at schools too.
Absolutely.
So, and we did have a closing date, an entry from the school's closing date of the 21st. But if there are schools or groups out there who would like to enter this contest, if they will get in touch with me at the Keep Troop Beautiful office today, then we can probably still accommodate them. We have to work around the total number that the art museum can handle there too. Okay. So if they will get in touch with me today at 706-884-9922 at KTB office, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, well, very good. Well, Ashley, we want to thank you, and again, I'm just thrilled to look at the book there, how you utilize it, and with all the detailing there. And I also want to wish you the very best with the SAT, and then you're furthering your education. And hopefully, even if you don't enter, well, maybe you can kind of give some assistance to someone that may be thinking about entering in the contest as well.
And we thank you too, Ashley. Really do.
All right. Well, Doris, I want to thank you for coming on and just sharing this information with us as well. And hopefully the entry will continue to grow and grow as the students see how they can use recyclable items to make beautiful artwork here, as we see these that are displayed today. And also, you say, get an opportunity to get your picture in the paper.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. And thanks again for having us here.
Thank you so very much, ladies. Okay?
All right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be back for more City Week in just a moment. Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have on 2 outstanding, articulate young students from LaGrange College that would like to talk to us about Visitation Day. You heard us talk a little bit about Visitation Day with Michael Thomas, who's the Director of Admission, but now we have students that have actually gone through Visitation Day to talk about their experience. I have on today Abby Hall and also Felipe Vega. Students, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Well, now I gotta go back to this articulate young students, okay? And I noted that you two are ambassadors for LaGrange College, right?
Correct.
A hill topper,
Yes.
which is a personal tour guide there, and also we have a presidential student ambassador in Felipe. So you guys represent LaGrange College to the fullest, and anyone that's coming on campus to ask questions or to take tours and things like that, you're the ones that they look for, right?
Correct.
We are.
All right, well, very good. Well, you know, I'm very happy to sit down with all this royalty here today to talk about Visitation Day. Let's open up. Abby, I understand that you are a LaGrange native.
I am.
Talk about your experience when you took a visit there at LaGrange College.
The first time I visited LaGrange College, I didn't know what to expect. Since I'm from here, it wasn't something that I was just like, I've never been. Driven by it many times. So when I got there, it was very interesting. The professors were very nice. I knew exactly what I wanted to go into when graduating high school. So I had the chance to talk to education professors, sit down and get to know what was expected in the education department, and they really helped back my choice up of that I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay, well, very good. Now, Felipe, I understand that you're, again, a presidential ambassador, but I want to go back, before we get to the presidential ambassador, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Iron City, Georgia. It's the southwest corner of Georgia. It's a town that's between a bunch of small towns. It's population 323. It's very, very, very small.
322 now that you.
Oh yeah, that I am.
Okay,
right.
Correct. All right, now talk about your experience, Felipe, when you came to visit LaGrange College.
Oh, when I came to visit LaGrange College, it was a really good experience for me because it was going off to college without going too far away. It's about a 3-hour drive, so it feels as if I'm going off to college without passing many states, which is good. In-state tuition as well. You know, I had a little bit of support there. And also, I really liked that it was a bigger town, but it wasn't, you know, Atlanta. It wasn't Macon or a very large town, which I was going to get lost in. Again, I'm a small town boy, so, you know, going to a big town like that, I was definitely going to get lost.
Okay.
It was also a very accepted community for what I, you know, experienced my visitation day, so it was just a really good fit.
Okay, very good. And you know, that's so important because a lot of times, you know, students think that they have to go to the big major university to get that quality education. But I heard you, Abby, say that when you visited LaGrange College, you were able to sit down with the professors to help you to basically shape and fashion your, and really to, I guess, galvanize your decision about the field that you were choosing, correct?
Correct. They have an open door policy. You can come in and talk with them at any time. Even if you're not that major, you can, if you're not sure about what you want to do, we have an academic showcase during the tour on Saturday, and you can talk with professors from all different majors, and they're glad to answer any questions that you may have just to get some interest going. So it's very, very open to all students in any field that they may be interested in.
Okay, all right. And you know, and you made another good point, Abby. You're talking about living here in LaGrange, had driven by LaGrange College numerous of times, but then too, until you actually get on the campus to know the boundaries, because LaGrange College has grown over the years, you know, as far as, you know, buildings on there on the campus and everything. So, you know, it opens up the person's mind to sort of know really what's being offered there. And I was looking at my notes, and I saw something about free lunch there, and I kind of want to ask about that, but I'll save that question for later. And I also realized, Felipe, that you're on the football team. Talk about that and how that helped to make your decision to come to LaGrange College.
Coming out of high school, I had a fairly successful, well, I guess not through my own horn, I had a fairly successful high school career, and I was looking somewhere to play after high school. And, you know, again, it's a great fit location-wise. It was 3 hours away without being too far away. Our facilities are really, really amazing. We're a young program. We were started in 2006, and when I came here to see such a young program with a great coaching staff that I've seen, all the coaches really complement each other. You have the coaches that are very good administrators, and you have the coaches that are really energetic and very motivating. And it was just a really good fit for me, just as a player, and especially, you know, as a student. I really believe that the college itself is a really good fit for me as well.
Okay, very good. Now let me ask the question now. Now, when you came, I'm going to ask both you ladies and gentlemen, when you came to the college, I heard you, Abby, say that you had your mind pretty much made up. Felipe, was your mind made up as the area of study that you wanted to go into when you visited the college?
Yes, both of my grandfathers were accountants, so that's something I've seen from a very early age. But at the same time, I was receptive to other fields. For a while, I kind of teetered around with English and education, but the more I got into it, the more I saw that my love for business and accounting was the strongest. So that's the path that I decided to go into. Okay.
Now, what I guess suggestions or recommendation would you all give to students that will be visiting the college, but yet don't have their mind made up? What would you say to them, Abby?
Come with an open mind and really make good use of the academic showcase. That's, like I mentioned earlier, your chance to talk to all the professors with all the majors, and hopefully you'll have an interest that's piqued that you didn't even know just from talking to them in the academic showcase.
Okay, all right.
Some of the advice that I would give is, number one, talk to just more than one person, because you definitely want to get more than one person's viewpoint. You may get that one person that complains about everything. It's like, oh, the workload's so bad, this stuff's boring. But then, you know, you talk to another person and say something completely different. So you want to talk to more than one person. Also, like she was saying, you know, it's okay not to know. I believe a lot of people come here their freshman year, it's like, oh, I don't know what I want to major in. And they get so caught up in that, and they put more stress on themselves than they have to. one of the smartest students that I was able to meet here in LaGrange College, Jackson Hardeman, is actually on the football team as well. He was undecided for a while and decided his major deeper into his sophomore year. And he's on the dean's list, and he's doing biochemistry and doing really well. But again, it was okay that he did not know. So that's one thing that I would definitely stress to the freshmen.
Very good, very good. Because I know when I went off to college, being the first in my family to go off to college, and I think that Felipe, you said that you were the first kind of that can go outside of the area to go off to college, and Abby, you as well. I didn't have any idea what I wanted to major in when I went off to college. I thought, you watch television, National Lampoon, the things like that. It was going to be a big party, right?
Right.
I guess that's a little bit a part of it, but you got to get down to studying as well. So again, the advice that you would give to students is to come, have the open mind as you all stated, and I understand that the president addressed you all. Talk about that. How is it to go off to this college and have the president to kind of come out and welcome you all?
To be not even in that school yet, to not even be a freshman and to already meet the president is a big deal, because he will remember you even if you come back to LaGrange College. He always knows your name. He sees you in passing, he speaks to you. And I think it's that, once again, it's that personal connection that you feel with LaGrange College. Everybody, it's a sense of community. Everybody knows everybody.
That's right. And you know that well coming from LaGrange.
Yes.
That's right. Felipe, what about you?
I definitely believe that here at LaGrange College, we are a family. And I feel like I was accepted right in from where, the head of the college, the president, was, able to greet us and address us, the first thing at our visitation day. I was very pleased with that. And also, I was very pleased that, he remembered me, like Abby was saying. Now I'm on a first name basis with him. I've done a lot of work with President McAlexander, and he's a great guy. And to be able, most people in bigger colleges will never meet their president, and I have gotten to know my president. And that's a really big difference between us that sets us apart from other colleges. Absolutely. And we can't put a price tag on that, I don't believe, and it's something that I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Very good. I can remember I went to a small school as well and got to know our president kind of on a first name basis as well, and he knew me not for being in trouble, but like I say, again, when you have that closeness there and that family setting and everything, it just makes so much of a difference. And one of the other things that we want to talk about a little bit before we finish up here, a lot of times students might get ready to go off to college and they're thinking about, oh my God, my family can't afford this. How were you able to, or their financial assistance that's available to you all? Talk about that, Felipe, first, and then you, Abby.
With me, that definitely was an issue. I come from a lower income family, and at first I was stressed about how I was going to make ends meet. But as I got here, I had fairly good grades coming in here, so I had some financial support. But also, I was able to have an RA position, which ended up giving me a free room and also work study pay. I was able to get another scholarship while I was here because I showed that I was a contributing student, and it was the Gazetta scholarship, and it helped me out a lot financially, and it's for Hispanic students actually. So it really helped me, let me know that I was accepted here. And the financial aid here, the financial aid office, Miss Sylvia Smith, does wonders. She is amazing, and she can really take a student from stressing out to having peace and knowing that they belong here.
Very good. Abby?
I have to agree with him, coming from a low-income family, that you hear college and you're like, there's no way I can afford to go to a 4-year college. That's private. But I also had good grades coming out of high school, and so that helped me to get scholarships to pay for LaGrange College. And along with Felipe, financial aid is amazing. They take the time to sit down with you to look at all the options that you have as a student. And also, by being a minority student, there are many scholarships that are open to, and I got an education scholarship this past sophomore year. And it says I have to teach in the state of Georgia for 4 years. So that they always are looking for ways to help students to afford LaGrange College. So I don't think people should put that out their mind that they can't afford it, because financial aid will work with you.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I mean, I got to just call Lee and just tell him that, I'm so honored to sit down with such royalty, and you guys are very great. you know, to have visitation day and then to have students to come back and talk about how it impacted them. And I know we didn't talk about the tours, but just talk a little bit about what are some of the things that they can see on the tour as we get ready to close out Felipe for us.
Some of the things that they can expect to see on the tour is, of course, the campus. It's a very, very old campus, and it's very well taken care of, and it is just amazingly beautiful. A lot of times, you know, as a student, you know, you go through the grind of the academic year, you might lose, you know, a little bit of the love for it because you're just so focused on classes, but it really is an amazingly beautiful campus. You get to meet the people, which I believe is what makes us so different. It's the staff, the faculty, and everything. And also, you're going to get to meet some of your prospective, you know, classmates. And, you know, with us being a smaller school, you know, you're not just a number, you're actually going to get to meet a lot of them, get to know a lot of them. So there's some of a few things that you get to do on your visitation day that's very good things that we do here at LaGrange College.
Very good. Abby, you want to add anything?
I think he said it very well. You get to see the dorms. You talked about free lunch, you get free food.
You get right after this taping.
So it's just, you get to see a lot in that one day that will hopefully impact your coming to LaGrange. Okay. So.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all both very much for coming on and talking about Visitation Day. And I know that you have another one that's coming up pretty soon here, November the 12th. And so we're hoping that the students that may not have made it minds up, come on out, get a chance to meet both you two, and I'm sure that you all will just show them around and show them some of the wonderful things that LaGrange College has to offer and some of the things that how it has impacted you all. So thank you both for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for City Week this week. My guests have been from Keep Troop Beautiful, Doris Jefferson, along with art contest winner Ashley Lee from Callaway High School. And also I had from LaGrange College, Abby Hall here to my left, and Felipe Vega. And they want to close out the show. So take it away, Abby.
Well, come on out and visit us at LaGrange College Saturday, November the 12th for our visitation day.
Go ahead, Felipe.
And I just give one more example, just how amazing LaGrange College has been, you know, for the average student, just for me. One of my defense coordinator at LaGrange College, Coach Tony Konchesky, came in and he was a very welcoming person, one of the first people that I met at LaGrange College, and he ended up being my strength coordinator. And also, he had the same major I did, so we were able to connect on a lot of business issues. And more than anything, he was a great spiritual mentor, and that really helped me get through college, and it helped make me a better Christian. And it shows you how LaGrange College, it's more than the surface. Through athletics, I was able to build my academics and also my spirituality, and it really does transform lives, just as does the banner says. And again, it shows you how LaGrange College is a very well packaged deal.
Thank you very much, Felipe. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from our students at On the Hill. So I want to invite you all back again to join me for more of City Week.